What's up, Mr. Fluffy Pony? How you doing?
Hey, good and you?
Let's go over some of the basics here with an account review, starting with your current power in KP. We got 564 million power, 13.9 million cavalry right now, 14.2 million infantry, and 17.2 million archers with 4.2 million siege. 334 million deads is kind of crazy on an account. A lot of defeats too, 17.5k defeats. A lot of resources assistance, 250 billion resource assistance. You have a really good ratio. Majority of your kills being T5.
Big fat zero on range points. You know, as you can see, I'm not really interested.
You newly migrated here.
Yeah, just migrated.
No, you're at a solid 1.7 billion food, 1.9 billion wood, 1.8 billion stone, and 2.6 billion gold. I mean, for someone that just migrated, you essentially have what my resources are on my main account, so not doing too bad there. Was 391k gems. I see you do buy a lot of bundles. Like, what are your favorite bundles to buy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously right now we're doing alliance mobilization, so spending's kind of high just to try and get those 240 point things. Like on the bundle side, you know, there's the obvious, like the daily special offer is great. I tend to focus on Royal Armaments, Echoes of History, just because currently I'm a little bit OCD about like not having maxed everything in the museum.
You just want the museum to be done, just everything maxed. I feel like, okay.
And then I do Geared Up. Geared Up is my go-to. And then War Machine. I tend to do War Machine at least up to like the middle of the bundle. I don't always do the 3 golden chests, just because it does become extremely pricey. You know, like sometimes like I'm at a point where I don't need to touch Living Legend or Legendary Warriors. I'll show you why. I have 22 of these reward choice chests that I just can't use. Like if I really need to, I have enough gold heads that I can, yeah, I've got like nearly 3,000 gold heads. So I can max out a commander if an important commander pitches up. You know, I think from my perspective, like it's like a good position to be in.
Let's go over the items real quick for resources, just for everyone to see. A lot of VIP. Oh my goodness, how much? That's like what, 78 million VIP points just from the 100s.
Basically, the next VIP level they release. I won't be the only one, but we'll be able to just go straight into it.
I think you're set for the next 10 VIP levels with the amount of VIP you got going on over there. We got the gemmies as well. We could scroll down to the other resources. We got some food, we got some wood. So I mean, like, even though I'm sure you'll be set for KVK, but you still have some stuff in the bag for resources as well. We could go ahead and go to the speed ups. I think this is going to be pretty interesting for most people to see. Yeah, like we got a pretty decent amount of training speeds. And then we could go ahead and scroll down here. Let's see. You still have some healing speeds, and then the universals actually looking pretty human.
I went pretty hard for Zenith, not because I care about the skin that much, but really I just want to build my power back up. So
we could go ahead and go to the boosts. The 50% expansions are usually something that I don't have in spades, but for you have almost 1,500 50% expansions, 718 24 hour defense tokens, or 10% defense, 1,000 10% attacks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other page. We'll look at the equipment after we go through the commanders here. And you seem to be a big proponent of the flux. Like, how do you feel about flux in Rise of Kingdoms? Did it make it like easier for you, or?
So much easier. There is nothing worse than having to do like, you know, 10 or 15 purchases in a row, and you're sitting there on Apple Pay going click, 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 click.
We could go and scroll down. We could see the AP. You definitely use up a lot of your AP. We're working on it this off season with doing forts and all that kind of stuff. And then we saw the gold heads at around 2.7k gold heads for you there. A lot of XP. and a lot of random events. I don't even know what those are, honestly. What
Yeah,
are those?
so it's kind of crazy, like weird stuff, like leftover balloons. I think, do I have flour? No, okay, I think the flour's gone, but like I had flour like sitting around for ages, and eventually I was like, you know what, this is just irritating me, and I converted it to food.
Yeah, I guess we could go through the commander pairings. So there you go, the Huaki Bing with the main. I'm guessing this is the main cav sets. Fully crit, iconic level 5 for the chest, the gloves, the legs, and the boots. Iconic level 2 for the ring and the horn. Pretty crazy armaments, a full cav, so it looks nice and clean. We got unstoppable, and this is a legendary inscription that you got like randomly from the chests, right? You hit that zero.
Unstoppable was unstoppable was from a chest.
Yeah. So gains 5% boost to skill damage dealt when dealing direct damage to a target. 30% chance for the damage will be increased by 10. So a lot of skill damage dealt there. Got hurried. We could just go through these real quick. Spiked I think is 3.5% attack, and then shielded I think is 3.5% defense. Zhuge Liang. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. You have iconic level 5 helmet, chest, gloves, legs, as well as boots. Everything crit, of course. Why not? With even the Hydra's Blast KVK weapon there, crit as well with the horn, and I think that's a skill damage pendant. I got guarded, evasive, Warflames elite.
Wildcard's 3.5% defense. And then Warflames and elite are already just focused on extra damage.
This is the main infantry set. So honestly, with the gear that you have, I don't think you're a main of any. You're a main of all troop types.
This is normally on Luche.
I love how you just casually iconic it to level 5 on stream. If that was me, I'd be like hyping it up for like a minute. It's like, all right, let me just iconic level this up real quick.
Greatest Exploit plays into smite damage really well.
The helmet iconic level 1, but the chest, gloves, legs, and boots, and now the accessory at iconic level 5, newly accessorized iconic level 5 here with everything crits except for the helmet, which is potentially on the way. And then we could look at the infantry armaments with this CPO here.
Oh yeah. So again, you know, smite damage focused, still a bit of work to go.
Yeah, there you go. So this is kind of what my armaments look like for all of my marches. So even while I was working on them. So we got invincible. What is invincible as a legendary inscription?
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Skill damage resistance by 5%, and their troops deal 3% more normal damage, up to 12% to target troops for every 20% of units the target's lost. Oh, okay. So it the lower the target, the more normal damage it does.
Exactly.
And then of course, as a arch formation, and you have this on your Liu Chen, your Gorgo, the amount of that normal damage is going to stack up and ramp up. Overall, like 7% infantry attack if we count that, 9.3% infantry defense, and 5% infantry health, with 3.5% infantry march speed and 1.4% all damage. All things considered, it's just those like cav stats, but it's actually like a pretty good armament set overall. Like it.
I guess the other set that's kind of interesting is my leadership set.
Oh, full crit! I was not expecting the full crit leadership set. I feel like I know the leadership set's not as new as, you know, but I still feel like it's like really new. So whenever I see a full crit leadership set, iconic levels up in here as well. Minimum iconic level is 3. With iconic level 4 for the chest, weapon, and legs, and iconic level 5 for the boots. How many sets overall do you have?
So in terms of like just full legendaries, I have 7 really solid sets. I have an extra infantry set, which is not very well built out, but it's great for barb hunting and that sort of thing. I got a nice set in Richard also for barb hunting. And then this is just This is the backup leadership set.
I kind of like the way that you approached it, where you're kind of focusing. I could tell you're hyper focusing on the 3 main sets or the 4 main sets.
And you can see, I mean, like it's a similar deal with the armaments. You know, that main set is really well built out. The second set, not so much. Main cab really well built out. Second set is getting there. And so it's really just about like, you know, I'm persistent and I'm happy to like keep hammering away at stuff. And now that we are getting more transmutes, this will become progressively better.
Let's take a look at the city skins. We got the Sage Saga of the Longship, which is a new Zenith skin that just happened.
You know, obviously, like all of the very boring ones, they're not very. The epics are fine. I mean, like they're useful.
Yeah.
In certain things. And then, you know, Twilight Falls, Babylonian Gardens. Those are the sort of important ones. Persian Dream. Age of Devotion.
That used to be a really good infantry skin until they got the 15% variant. But Divine Abode, there you go for the
Saints Halo, you know, also super useful if you want that 5% skill damage, but you're happy to take the knock on infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Flight of the Heron.
Flight of the Heron, yep. That's top 20 honor in KVK 3. Amber Fortress, 10% Archer Health. So a lot of the older skins on you got Cab Health, Tokapi Palace. Oh, this is the coin one. You buy it with 6 coins. So for the action point recovery speed and the archer defense. So
yes, mistakes were made.
It's probably back in the day when there wasn't any iconic, and you just have a bunch of extra coins just lying around. So
yeah, exactly. So it was kind of like, well, what do you do with them?
We got Cav Attack, Road to the Crown. I haven't even heard of that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, again, like it's a 10% skin, so it's not exactly something you pull out skin. Now that we have 15% skins, it just doesn't really feature anymore. Frozen Fortress.
This was like my account's first Zenith. Was Fortune Fortress.
Nice.
Well, like I didn't win the Zenith. I'm just like, my account existed when Frozen Fortress existed. Island Fortress, we got another skill damage skin.
Yeah.
Atlantis,
like Atlantis as well. Yeah.
Dynastic Conqueror. Oh, this is the open field skin. Is it? What skin do you use? I guess is a good question.
So I use Dynastic Conqueror a lot because the way I view it is I'm gaining 8% troop defense for everything except for cavalry, where I'm losing 2%, and you know, I'm willing to take that hit because my calves are so strong anyway.
Yeah, I mean, people say that that's the best open field skin in the game right now, so makes perfect sense there. Call to Eternity. We're looking at the 15% attack skins now. We could continue scrolling through these. Do you 50% infantry attack? Like for Zeniths, are you the type of person to just always win a Zenith skin? Like you collect them like Pokemon cards, or?
I do try and place top 20. I mean, you know, like just like sometimes you don't know when a skin will be useful. You know, like the meta changes and evolves, and I think you want to be able to play into that meta if you can afford it.
15% cav defense for sure. And then we got the infantry defense here as well. Crown and Glory. Archer attack 15%. I feel like I've seen like 2 Archer attack 15% skins. I might be tripping though. Battle Bloom. Oh, Calorie Health.
Yeah, great skin as well.
And then Reign of Rhyme, which was like a really coveted skin with the 15% infantry health. So yeah, you have like all of the I guess prevalent Zeniths. So as you said, any scenario, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that stat. You got it ready to go.